This is wisdom and flow. Not just a name, but a sacred movement. Soul awakening. Call home. We are here to remember that we are more than stories, more than skin, more than survival. We are divine identities, coded in stardust and soulfire. We live in alignment with the infinite, in rhythm of ancient wisdom, and in harmony with collective purpose. Our mission is to reveal the Christ within, to awaken the God seed in every soul, to equip the new humanity, sacred, relevant, and impactful engagement across every sphere of life. Here at Wi-Fi, love is unconditional, trust is a frequency, faith is a force, and power flows where truth lives. This is Wisdom and Flow, where the divine rises, and you remember who you've always been. Stay connected with us, to live aligned, love deeply, and flow divinely. Our core values: divine love, radical oneness, conscious awakening, and transformative service. We believe that all of life flows from and within the universe's divine essence, a loving, omnipresent, and inclusive presence expressed fully in every soul. Each person is a living temple of God, and our sacred practice to see and express the divine in ourselves and all of life. This is love in action. We affirm a unified world where no one is excluded, no soul is opposed by darkness, and no power stands outside of love. We equally believe in the urgency to awaken humanity to the good news of their redemption, the divine invitation to rise from fear expression of life to the most radiant, attractive, and abundant life possible. Our calling is to embody this truth and co-create a reality where spirit flows freely, purposefully, and powerfully. Father, Mother, God, the embodying presence of all life. May the forces within me now become just and attentive to divine promptings, that tomorrow as we awake the power of your spiritual presence. Father, Mother, God, lift my entire life into conscious union with you, renew me daily in the spirit of love, forgiveness, and fullness of joy. In this body's temple of me, in which you live, let your goodwill shine forth through my aura, redeeming, consecrating, and perfecting all I see, touch, and relate with. All of the holy thoughts of my Father, Mother, God, take up the wings of the wind, and in a flash of lightning minister as angels to my soul. God, you are the light, the power, and eternal blessing. In you I live always, and to you, your glory forever. In the center of the universe, within the vastness of my soul, I evoke you to come forth, a God of all life, all wisdom, all power, all love, and all splendor. To flourish in more laudable undertaking. I am one with thee, your great spiritual spirits, because the fullness of you embodies my soul. With your power, love, and presence, shine radiantly through me, guiding all my ways and divine ambitions to reveal the brightness of your day. Abiding in the strength of you, most adorable God, my will and courage are energized by a dream of beauty and power. I raise a field of holy influence as I give expression to all your divine attributes within me, in union with you, and that your power always works through me. Nothing in the entire universe opposes my good. All things work for the fulfillment of my will. The spirit of the air is ministering the life presence of God to me, renewing my soul, mind, and body. The spirit of the fire is ministering God's transforming and transmuting grace through me, making me bright, and I absorb holy learning from pain. The spirit of the water is ministering God's restoring grace through my life, and I am ever purified and reborn with the fullness of the God presence. The spirit of the earth is ministering God's stabilizing love in my soul. In the fullness of my Godhead, I'm radiantly perfect in the midst of the element. I successfully cured my will to the glory of God. O God, the flame of divine love and wisdom purifies my mind and will. And you have become the health of my soul, mind, and body. All of life is assembled, working for my highest good, and my life is becoming the never-ending, ever-revealing glory of your mighty magic presence. I take authority over my life and bless every condition I go through to reveal the greater good in my life. To you, the Father, Mother, God, the Most Holy, who is the Master of my soul, be all praise and glory throughout the ages. To your name be the light and power without end. Amen.
Amen. God bless you, Joshua, and every one of you for joining in this morning. In the same atmosphere, if you have your eyes closed, keep them closed. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a slow, deep breath in and release gently. Again, inhale and exhale. Let the body drop its weight. No effort, no control, no performance, just awareness. Feel this. You are not preparing to meditate. You are returning to what you are. Now bring your awareness inward, not imagining, not creating, but noticing. There is a space within you, silent, vast, unmoving. Allow yourself to sink into this. And as you go inward, you expand. This is the paradox. The deeper within, the wider existence becomes. You are entering the womb of creation. Now feel. You are held in the living field. Warm, still, intelligent. Nothing is missing here. Nothing is broken here. This is the origin point. Before identity, before conditioning, before effort. Here, life does not struggle. It simply forms. Now breathe slowly. Inhale. Hold gently. And exhale longer. Again, inhale. Hold gently. And exhale longer. Each breath returns you to original coherence. Now become aware of anything held in the body. Tension, emotion, weight, old impressions. Do not analyze. Do not fix. Just notice. Now understand that nothing needs to be pushed out. The womb does not reject. It transforms. So now on your next exhale, allow everything to soften and dissolve. No force, only permission. Exhale deeply. Let the nervous system unwind. Let identity loosen. Let the past lose its grip. Now allow these truths to settle, not as ideas, but as reality. You exist and always will. Everything is here. All is one, and you are not separate. What you are is what you experience. Everything changes, but truth remains. Now feel this. You are not navigating life. You are generating experience. From this stillness, your body begins to recalibrate. Breath deepens. Energy reorganizes. Cells receive new instruction. You are not repairing yourself. Life is restoring itself through you. Let this happen. Do nothing. Now silently affirm, I release what I am not. I return to what I am. Feel the shift. Now sense a new state emerging. Not imagined, not forced. Natural. Clarity, lightness, stability, vitality. This is not something you gain. It is what remains when distortion is removed. Silently affirm, I am clear. I am aligned. I am life expressing itself. We affirm again, I am clear. I am aligned. I am life expressing itself. Now understand this, that you are not here to control life. You are here to align with it. The intelligence that forms you knows how to move you. Trust the current. No force, no resistance, just precision. Now gently bring awareness back to the body. Feel your breath. Feel your chest. Feel your hands and feet, but remain connected to the stillness within. Now affirm slowly. Life is alive through me and as me. I am renewed in every moment. I am not separate from creation. I am creation aware of itself. Sit in stillness. No effort. No seeking. Just being. And so we say together, and so it is. Amen. It is. To continue our teachings, Transurfing Reality. Can anyone help us with a quick recap of last week's? Anyone at all? The long pauses feels like breaking transmission. Anyone? We're talking about pendulums. Oh, we don't remember.
To click on it from for last week, what I remember, what I got from my take home was what they say about the fact that failing is not just it's an emotion, but it's an inner state. Yes, an inner state. It's a state of being where you need to be able to, not just failing as a feeling, but it's a state that you have to be. I remember you quoted the verse, whatsoever it is when you pray, you're surrounded by the feeling. So I think being engulfed with the feeling of your desire clearly brings it into manifestation. When you pray, you desire something, you need to be in that state of having the thing where you know you have it. This cited an example. We normally proclaim or declare that I'm rich, but deep down, you know that your negative bank balance is staring at you. So though you are declaring, you are surrounded with the feeling of a negative balance. You have it at the back of your mind that the account is not clicking, it's not accounting well. But when you're able to get into the position where, though the account might look red, but your state of being is wealth, because wealth is not only in monetary value. You know you are rich. Yeah, so being engulfed with that feeling of your desire, that's my take home. Knowing that feeling is not just an emotion, but it's a state of being.
Yeah. And that's key. Joshua Ariel, sorry, Ariel isn't here. Joshua Samuel. Your take from session this morning.
So, this morning, we talked about things told by a man named Bento, who just before he was about to explain secrets he found, was he died in a plane accident, which many believe is actually a conspiracy. Many believe that that plane accident was set up so that his secrets wouldn't be told to the masses. Right. And what else, another thing we discussed is ways that you can control reality, ways that you can control how other people think or what other people do through, like, we often believe we can only react to what other people do after they've already done it. However, through predicting what might happen, you can control or change, react to what someone is going to do before they ever even do it. And you can change it to fit your own reality or how you want things to be. What?
Yeah. So that's the mechanism of consciousness.
We also discussed how you can rewrite how someone's own thoughts through confusion. As they talked about interrogators and how they would confuse people. They would lead them to not knowing quite what's going on. So as soon as they find one thing that makes sense to them, they cling onto that, no matter how untrue that thing actually is. And we can use that to get what we want, or to just essentially change have two people that live in the same world, yet believe these worlds are completely different.
What did he to tie in with what we to be learning? I'm not sure if some of you on at that point. What did he say, or what did we discuss about the world of parallel realities? Or realities existence as simultaneously?
Well, discussed how we're actually omnipresent, but we don't realize that because we live in a single plane, or we can only see the singular plane that we live in. But we think we're separate beings.
Okay.
You're just a color. It's a wild policy.
Typical. Often we make ourselves believe that freedom means escaping the world, escaping pressure, escaping things which make us uncomfortable. But deeper freedom, I've come to understand, is stranger or stronger than that. It doesn't mean we exit. hustle. It doesn't mean we exit this world. So Jesus prayed and he says, Father, I don't pray that you take them out of this world. You see, it's key. It's not about rejecting every system or fighting every system. Neither is it about hiding from people or the things which make us uncomfortable. Hiding from the media, ignoring the media, hiding or trying to avoid conflict or responsibility in certain regards. A true freedom, as we tie to pendulums, begins when the old or the existing script, the default script, no longer swings you or can no longer sway you. Where fear doesn't make you afraid, where guilt doesn't bring you to your knees, where if disappointment appears, we do not hand our future to it, where if seeming bad news appears, we do not allow it to become our inner climate or to determine our inner state. The real prison is never the event or the circumstances of life. The real prison is the frequency you enter after the event. Someone insults you, or you believe someone has spoken harshly to you or has used unkind words towards you. It's never about the event, but how the feeling you cultivate as a result of the event. That becomes your prison. That's where I was having this conversation with Farmer yesterday, talking about South Africa. That the most powerful tool of the oppressor is not the machination of oppression, but the mind of the one being oppressed. So breaking the script means or demands that we exit the loop. We come to a place where we are free from the prison of our own minds. So Bob Marley says, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. The real prison is the frequency you enter after the events of life. That's why someone can be outside of an abusive relationship and they still live and conduct themselves in a fashion that aligns with the space, even though the relationship may no longer be there. It's challenging. That is the script we are breaking. I'm very passionate about these series, and I want us to take them seriously. It will change you. Most of us are not living free. We are only living predictably and calling it freedom. Things happen and our reactions are the same regardless, day in, day out. And we don't realize how the pendulum is controlling us. When we feel criticized, our defenses go up immediately and we can't break free from it. When delay occurs, we get anxious, we get irritated. When a bill comes, get anxious. When it feels like an opportunity is we've missed an opportunity, when it feels like a door is closed in front of us, straight away our immediate reaction is to despair. When little blessings appear, our mind begins to worry. Oh, what if I lose it? What if I don't have it anymore? And all these things that continually pull us. It's a work of pendulums. You don't remember anything this year, remember pendulums. If all you remember for the year is pendulums, my job is done. See? Energetic structures which are created by collective thought, which we feed and sustain by our attention, our emotion, and sadly, our repetitions. Breaking the script, stepping out of the way. And I'm going to say it again to the point that it's going to sound boring. The pendulum does not need your agreement. I've said it like 50,000 times. It only needs your energy. I'm doing this on purpose. I've been saying it 4 weeks running so that it sticks. It gets fed when we react, when we argue, when we worry, when we become obsessed. Sadly, when we hate the things we can't stop doing and the things we can't stop thinking about. And that is why the pendulum only gets strengthened when we attempt to fight it. You're so disappointed in yourself because you said you were not going to do this again and you did it again. You may think you're resisting it, but your resistance is only feeding it the energy to keep swaying. Zilan teaches, or he brings in the Aikido principle, or the Aikido is Japanese. Those of you who are familiar with martial arts, it's the Japanese principle, martial arts, or in Japanese art of deflection. Okay, and I have imported that thought to consciousness as well. Well, then is your freedom. Think about whenever, just observe this going forward. Whenever you are having a worse, that is if you even catch yourself having a worse reaction. Okay. Take your mind to the state you were in before you reacted. That is the identity of your freedom. The state you were in before you flipped. You want to know, feel how freedom looks like? The state, the moments before we switch into reaction mode. And if you can stay conscious of that state, you can bring it to all your reactionary moments. Tie in with that with what I just said. That is when you catch yourself from a reaction before it arrives. because now you are owning the script. I've been having a discussion with a supposed friend which clearly someone, when people get into defense mode, and I call it panic reaction. When they are afraid because what they believe is being tested, what they believe they feel what they believe is being threatened. Every time someone says they don't want to hear something, particularly in the space of belief, is because they are afraid they will get confused. They are afraid they will have to question what they have accepted as true. If that fear is not there, why is there resistance? Many things have been said in that space where I was thinking to myself, my previous self, my previous ascetic self, would have dealt it to them left, right, center, but I listen to some of the things they say and I just laugh. I have a giggle, and even sometimes the laughter becomes an offense to people because they want a reaction out of you, and you are having a laugh, and they're like, why is he not fighting? Why is he laughing? It makes them uncomfortable. So you've been attacked. The old self wants to defend itself. It wants to prove your worth. It wants to show that you're not going to take any disrespect from anyone. It wants to strike back. But the awakened self has a different reaction. You immediately realize, thinking back to what I said, the state you are in before your reactions. You immediately realize that the script is trying to begin. The pendulum is trying to sway. The hook has been thrown at you. The pendulum wants your energy. And that recognition is your power, it's your freedom. Don't lose it. It's your power. Our entitlement to wanting to be right sometimes forces a reaction out of us all the time. And it doesn't make you feel good. That's the truth. It's not weakness, it's not passivity. To me, that is power. So in Aikido, force is never met with force. You can go watch videos of Japanese martial arts, as it called Aikido specifically. They never meet force with force. The attack is accepted, blocked, redirected. It's allowed to just, fall and fall into emptiness. Deflection. You throw poof to the side. No force, just deflections. I'm not taking this. Bump, just get away, move away. That's it. I'm not, the intention is not to fight back. The intention is to deflect and stay free. Is this gospel? Do I have a witness?
If other time can do lessons to it, it's just good.
Yeah. A friend of mine, when I put a post up, Vasco fans were picking that up anyway, because I was doing that thing around 3 a.m. My eyes were, my brain was fried. I couldn't even pick the mistakes. It's fine. It's good. There are two versions. There's a version of you. There's a version with your old, what's it called? Old Sarum face on it. You love it. And this is the inner art. you're not trying to collide with every disturbance. You're stepping aside internally and like, you know what? While the dog barks aggressively at the cat, blinks and walks away. That's the principle. Cat is unpredictable, powerful. Dogs are out there. Dogs are too predictable. A cat can pounce on you without even noticing. Well, tiger is lurking quietly in the background. It doesn't look like it's moving. You lose focus, and next moment, bounces on you. Jesus freed me. It's still freeing me, and I know He will free you. No amount of screaming and prayer will fix this. It's awareness. I've been praying for patience for how many years? And the thing is, we cannot change the script whilst we are inside the script. You can't change the script whilst your emotions are possessed in it. You can't. You can't change the script whilst it's determining your reaction. How can you create peace when you are worshiping and adoring conflict? If the focus is on conflict, how do you create peace? How do you dwell in abundance or recreate abundance when your mind is taken over by lack? Use the money you now have freely. When you're obsessed with the things that imprison you. While you resist, persist. You've said that 1,000,000 times. See. So you may leave one system to join another, but still with the same enslavement. Leave one relationship, one married to the other, it's still the same mindset, and you recreate the same problems because your perspective hasn't shifted. You change the environment, and you brought the you that was creating the problems in the previous one to the new space. That frequency remains. What is the only thing that is changing is the scene, but the frequency is still the same. Fix the frequency. A friend of mine is trying to have a quick chat with him this morning. He's quit his fake marriage. And I had the boldness to tell him today, hey, problem is never the woman you've been with, it's you. 5 women can't be wrong. It's you. So fix what is in you that is making everyone else look like the problem. Or just be a Catholic priest. So today, or the next couple of weeks is alignment. All of the years alignment, but you have dwelt long in a pendulum. Now let's begin to look at how we move, or we drop ourselves into alignment. Were you recognized last night? All right, we'll finish very soon. So let's talk a little bit about the wave of, there was called the wave of fortune. Doesn't demand our energy. The wave of fortune is just, it's not a pendulum, but how you fall into to not swinging with the pendulum. It doesn't seek to manipulate you. It doesn't scream for your attention. But it's a chain, a sequence of favorable lifelines or timelines. It just runs through the field of possibilities, as I said, and as Joshua pointed out earlier. We live in a world of parallel realities. In this space, you see yourself separate from the other. But in a higher plane, you realize that you're all one. Just having an individual existence in this material plane. So the one that you're having challenges with in this space, elevate your consciousness. See if you can bring yourself into the space or into the lifeline where you experience and you celebrate your oneness with this one. Is it theory? Yes. But it's life practice. So a good message arrives, the door opens. Like you hear it, the door is open. Conversation flows in. Small successes appear. Something that feels like an unexpected outcome appears in your world. Things appear aligning in your favor. And for one, it appears life is aligning and kind of meeting you halfway. That is the wave. You want to call it serendipity, it's fine. And if you receive it without resistance, it carries you. It's quite passive, that when you ignore it, it passes along. That's why they say opportunity comes and goes. And it's one of the reasons our poor observation, our lack of awareness, the reason some of us, it appears that good fortune attends us, and soon it dawns, it looks like it's disappearing. It's not because life is withdrawing its blessing, but because as the wave of fortune was passing through, you returned to your old frequency. So there was a mismatch. It couldn't stay. You couldn't sink to it. So every time you feel you come so close to something and then it evades you, check your frequency. You would have at a certain point grown anxious about it. And that's your affirmation to the universe, that having this will create disturbance for me. So then it takes it. The same glass of water analogy that I've used in the past. That if you find me holding a glass of water. I'm shaking terribly. I'm afraid to lose it. I don't want it to drop out of my hands. And you are with me. Your most immediate or your default response or your default reaction will be to take it from me so that I don't break it, isn't it? That's exactly how the universe treats us when we are exhibiting the frequency of anxiety. So he will tell you, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. And everything is by prayer, which is supplication with thanksgiving. Make your request known unto God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, shall garrison your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Are there any questions to this point? Else we try to wrap up. Stories told about a bluebird. Bluebird of happiness. That is never too hard to catch because it's evasive. No. It appears hard to keep or catch because we frighten it away. The swift movement of our hand makes it want to fly away. But if we approach it with tenderness, it naturally wants to come to you. It doesn't feel threatened. It doesn't feel afraid. And we keep doing this to ourselves. We receive one blessing, then immediately, almost immediately, we return to our default. But what if it doesn't last? You have a child, oh, what if they get sick? Oh, what if they die? What if? Or something will probably go wrong. Well, I'm not used, we are not even used to things being easy. So when you're having a roller coaster ride, you are anticipating when it's going to go wrong. Oh, let me not get too excited in case something happens. Oh, let me not tell people this in case it doesn't happen. Good news is emerging. Oh, let me not tell anybody in case it doesn't happen. I don't feel disappointed. And you will be disappointed because that is just the frequency you've tuned to. That is how you lose the weight.
Yes, let's say, yes, to add to what you're saying, that's what the traditional churches have taught us. If God is about to bless you, you shouldn't be telling people. It's a punchline in the churches. And so people don't want to tell people what they are doing. It doesn't mean go about and just be telling people your plans and stuff. But rightly, as you say, we are doing that with fear because where we come from now, if you tell people this is going to happen. If you are traveling, you don't tell people this is going to happen. If you are applying for visa, you don't tell people because this is what's going to happen. If you are about to build a house, you don't tell anybody, just do it in secret. We do that with fear. I can understand that as a family, if you want to do something, you don't go about sharing your plans with people. But the traditional church has taught
motivation.
us to because people can do something to us. So you don't have to let people know your plans. So people are working in fear by not telling people what they want to do. And there are a lot out there who can help us or who could help us with the sort of things that we want to do. But because we are afraid of people knowing what we want to do, our next step, in the name of they can do something to us, we are not able to share our ideas with people. So it's just what's happening in churches. Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm here.
You got anything to add, or we should move on?
Oh, can move on.
Oh, we just everyone's here. Oh, good to see you.
He's been here from the beginning.
I'm just noticing. And for me, she's saying, this is where this teaching becomes practical. How our default thoughts and our default settings, our default frequency returns to us like a boomerang. The thoughts we repeat, the thoughts we energize, the thoughts we dramatize, the thoughts we defend as a reality. That, I'm talking reality. This is what I'm feeling. Every time I hear that, I get worried. If you keep transmitting this satisfaction, life returns circumstances that would justify the satisfaction. And that's why I said, as I'm saying in the morning, never say I'm not good at anything, because that's not even true. Find out, how do I switch to the frequency, to the lifeline, to the timeline where I'm able to do this? That is also available. The labor of fools were rich, and every one of them, for they don't know how to go to the city. Sometimes when we don't know how, we concede that as the reality of lack. We accept that as our reality of it not being possible. This is about switching to the lifeline, to the frequency of the possibility you perceive and you envisage. That is key. If you keep transmitting your anxieties, the world can only become full of threats. You keep transmitting gratitude, clarity, excited expectation, and calm strength. Life can only begin to kind of return signs of harmony and peace to you, serenity. This aligns with the law of correspondence. As the call, so the echo. I'm done. At this point, what I want us to do is allow yourself to observe breathing happen. And I want you to do something with the sound in the background. It's designed to go with your heartbeat. So with every tone, let that be the rate of your in-breathing. And then the next time you hear the tone, let that be the rate of your out-breath. So allow your breathing to sync with the sound. Out. In. Out. In. Out. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do 4 more cycles of this. This is said at this time, at this rate, you're opening your heart and you are aligning your soul. Now we take the Wi-Fi prayer for cosmic continuity. I stand at a still point of becoming, born of dust and starfire. Pray for ancestors, dream of descendants, a living bridge between what was, what is to come, and what shall ever be. I call upon the collective intelligence of the universe. Your name sources that breathes itself into form, the infinite before beginning and before ending. Call upon you to remember yourself as me and all of my brethren at this moment. By the wisdom of the Mighty One, I awaken the power of conscious creation. What I speak, I shape. What I focus, I quicken. What I align, I become. By the knowing of the High Priestess, I open the inner temple. Let silence instruct. Let intuition govern me. May hidden truth rise like a moon within my depths. Summon now my ancestors known and unknown, those whose bone became soil, those whose names dissolved into wind, those who walked before language and those who prayed before memory ever was. Stand with us now. Stabilize our feet, clarify our vision, fortify our spirit. May your courage flow through my blood. May your unfinished dreams find completion through our hands. May your wisdom speak when our mind grows quietened. Now extend our awareness to generations unborn, souls waiting in the womb of time, seeds yet unplanted in the fields of matter. May our thoughts today become your strength tomorrow. And may our wisdom and healing become your inheritance. As above, so below. As the voice, so the echo. Let my inner order shape outer harmony. Let this alignment retune into order and correct all forms of distortion. Let my presence return balance where imbalance dwells. We pass through the wheel of fortune, accepting change without fear, understanding cycles without resistance. We know when to act, we know when to wait, and we know when to surrender to divine timing. By justice, we align with truth, not illusion. We choose responsibility over avoidance, awareness over reaction, and integrity over comfort. Through death, we realize what no longer serves our becoming. Through death, we realize what no longer serves our becoming. Through death, we realize what no longer serves. Old skin falls away, expired identities dissolve with it. We are not diminished by endings, but we are. We engage with temperance. Through temperance, I blend spirit and matter, fire and water, past and future, until our very lives become the living ritual of balance. Stepping into the light of the sun, claiming joy without guilt, visibility without fear, vitality without apology. This is our heritage. We walk in the path of the star, trusting renewal even in darkness, pouring hope into the collective well, knowing that our faith stabilizes the world's unseen. And when illusion attempts and tempts us, we see through the devil's veil. We see through the veil of distraction. We break in the chains that are forged by ignorance, remembering that we never owned, we are never bound, we never and never can be separate from souls. We rise into judgment, not condemnation, but as an awakening. We answer the call of higher self and step fully into conscious existence. Finally, we stand within our worlds as columns of peace, as axes of serenity and harmony, whole, aligned, integrated, conscious node in this cosmic body. A living prayer made flesh, the witnesses through which the universe is knowing itself. May our thoughts remain clean, as our words are charged with truth and our actions align with love. Presence is a stabilizing force in the field of infinite existence. As a collective, I am here on purpose. I am here in order. I am here in alignment. I am the prayer spoken by my ancestors and the foundation laid for those yet to come. I am the universe aware of itself, here, now, as me, in the collective I. We call this established, and so shall it ever be. Amen.
Yeah.
And now from the place where God true and entirely remains God as each and every one of us, I bless you. I bless you. And God bless you. Amen.
Amen.
Shalom.